Good morning, crafty friends. This is Maria over at She's a Creative Girl. I have got a flip through for you. This is a book that I did last year. I had a lot of fun making it. I was inspired by Marissa at Sweet Pea Curiosities. She did something similar, but of course I fluffed mine up, added a lot more extra stuff, and I just fell in love with it. I don't usually do Halloween, but something about this paper line really talked to me. I love the little girls, and I did this during a little bit of a dark time in my life, so I was really glad to have something in my hands to work on for a bit. But anyway, let me show this to you. So I've got this, it is using that, what is it called? No sew binding method. That was fun. That was something I've been dying to try. I thought this would be really cute. I can't remember if she did that on her video or not, but I wanted to try it, so I did it on this one. So I've got here, I've got a vintage necklace that was gifted to me by my friend Debbie. Her mom used to own an antique store. And I just kind of put this spider in here just because I had it, but it went really well. I'll take you on the inside. So this ribbon in the front is made of silk. And I've got a little tiny piece of gauze there on her hat. I did a lot of distressing and a lot of painting on here. But got notes. Okay, so here's the first one. So what this is, it's like a bunch of folders. And what I did is I turned each folder into a signature and added coffee dyed papers and some other stuff to it. The coffee's so good. Shout out to Sylvia. My friend Sylvia gave me some of that Puerto Rican coffee that she ground herself. And oh my God, you can tell the difference in the taste. It's so good. Okay, so here's the first page. So all of these folders are going to have a pocket in them. And I have a printable that I put in there for some journaling space. I distressed the edges with some paint. Got some tulle there, some coffee dyed papers. This little stamp was a Tim Holtz stamp that was sold at Joann's a couple years ago. And of course, every time they used to send something to Joann's, it would sell out. You can't even find it anymore. But I've got a piece of, what's back there? It is a tea bag and then a little spider tulle on top. And here is the printable for the little haunted houses that I added. And I do have some splashes on here. I used some of those mica sprays by Tim Holtz. And there's the coffee dye paper. Here's the center of this signature. I've got my splashes. This is a vintage piece of lace with some sari silk behind it. So I have a feeling something happened under here because I have a habit of always hiding my mistakes. So I stamped something on a piece of paper and just glued it right on top, and that came out perfect. Let's keep going. This is a watercolor mat. I've stamped on it and sprayed some mica sprays on it. And here is a die cut from my collection. I left a little pocket up there. This is a piece of the ephemera. I made a pocket here, a couple of cards and some place for journaling. This is the next signature. These little girls are just so cute. And trust me, I really wanted to go back in and do some extra stuff, like embroider the buttons and all that. But I'm like, okay, I worked on this for 2 whole weeks straight, didn't do anything else, and I needed to stop. So I did stitch the pockets. I got the little cards there. This is a tag that my friend Teresa gifted me from an old project that she made. I thought it went perfect in this book. And here is a little card here. I did stitch around these little pockets. I did some finger painting with some craft paper. I got a little word ghost up here. This is a die. I think this is a die from Tim Holtz, and I just put some of that wax over it. And I did run it through an embossing folder with a wood grain on it. And there's that card. Here's another haunted house. 2 mats in the center of this signature. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. And this is some fabric that I got from Joann's that I wish I could get some more of. I had just a tiny bit amount left over. I did make 6 more kits for this book. I have all the fabric and stuff in there. So if you're interested, go ahead and message me below, and or you can email me at she'sacreativegirl@gmail.com. This is the next signature. I've got some digitals there. I don't even know where I got this one from. I think it was some, I don't even know. I don't know, because I pull them from everywhere. Here I've got 2 pockets laid next to each other. That way I can have 2 spots to pocket in. Got a piece of gauze here. And she is super cute. Got a little pocket here. Pardon my dogs. I've got some washi tape here holding the pockets together. Got the word jack-o'-lantern on a piece of muslin up there. So this was a boo-boo. I wanted to have some drippy blood on this page, but the paper soaked it up, but I think it still looks cool, so I just left it alone. But there's the eerie page. I have another mat, some coffee dyed paper. I've got a tea bag here. I need some coffee. Oh, and in between each signature, I sewed the signature, and I've got these little itty bitty skulls. Let me zoom in so you can see these. But these were also gifted to me by my friend Debbie. These were actually a pair of very large earrings that had like rows of skulls going across them. And I took all the skulls apart and I made them like a little bead or something at the end of each signature. They came out so cute. Okay, so this is a little gatefold that I made. This is some seam binding, tea bag. Pull this out. This falls over open so that you can do some secret journaling or put a photo there. I've got some knitting on the back. I think that's one of my favorite pages. One of my favorite pages. I've got a lot of favorite pages in here. Close that one. Some more coffee dyed paper. Some gauze. I have some spiderweb netting back here. Another mat. Some pocket. A tag. Here's another folder. And each folder has its own little tab. It's really cool. Yeah, when I saw her do something with hers, I forgot what she even made. I just like, oh, I love that paper. I just need to do something with it. And I was feeling a little dark, like I said, so. And these are cute. Double trouble, trouble. I did stitch around each one of these pockets and put these in there. Probably can still add some stuff to that. Maybe tie those tags or something. And here's another one of those pocket pages. Got the little ghost in there. Some washi tape. So I just finished teaching a Halloween junk journal at Big Mouth Scrappers. Last week or the week before? The week before. And I should be able to show you that book pretty soon. It came out really, really cute. I think there are only two kits left at the store, and I made 28 of those. So yeah, I can't wait to get my book back. Okay, so this one, this is fun. What Up Witches? I cut that out on my silhouette. There's a tuck spot here. I found this online. I think it was a Google. I don't know. I think it was Pinterest. I don't remember. Like I said, when I like something, I just pin it and I go back to it later to see where I get it, and I just get it. It's another haunted house. Coffee dye paper with some vintage lace. So everything in my book is vintage. Like I said, I did curate 6 more kits to make all this stuff. The stuff in there may or may not be vintage because I did run out of some stuff. But yeah, whenever I substitute, I get something that's really close to what I have. Okay, so this is a faux waterfall. And I didn't realize, someone said that it looked like a mummy. Well, I guess you can say it can be looking like a mummy wrappings or whatever, but that was not my intent. That it came out really cool. So there's stuff here, plenty of room for journaling. Probably for Halloween picks, so can't imagine too many people journaling about Halloween, but yeah, picks maybe. And here's another one of those tags that my friend Teresa made. Super cute. And here I made a pocket with cheesecloth. I've got like a spider web netting. I stapled her to the front. Got these little tags in here. I got a piece of black cardstock in here, and I sprinkled that with like a green mica. I don't know if you can see that. And here I was using up my little embellishments. I've got a tea bag back there, a little collage. This was fun. I've been dying to try this. So this is a little pouch that I stitched around and made it part of the book. And I included little tiny bits of leftovers of all of my fibers in here because I didn't know what else to put in there. But I thought this was cute. So yeah, I think this is a cereal bag. All right, and I've got this. I cut out my silhouette. Some more, another tuck spot there. Another page. And then this one, I think I did, what did I do here? I got a piece of string here. That means this has to open. I think this is a fold out. Oh, it is. This folds out, folds open. See, I don't even remember what I did. That's bad. And what did I do here? Okay, I've got some leftover bits of the papers and I collaged them and made a pocket here. I've got a tag in here. Made a pocket in the tag, and I've got a little card in there. That came out pretty cool. Here's the other side of the bag, and I got a little doll in there. A little piece of vintage something. And I found her. I don't even know where I got her from. I'm not even sure she's part of the kit, but... And then I found these really cute masks. So the idea was that we can wear the mask for Halloween. And I've got that on here. I just kind of tied it on there. I could have just turned that into a page, but too late. It's already finished. I made this tag out of packaging. It's really shiny. I thought it was really cool. And this is a piece of vintage orange velvet, which I've only got a few inches of left over. A little booklet. This is all vintage from my doll making days. Here's the next one. So here I made a belly band with the paper. And I used an Elizabeth craft die that has like the ripped spiral edges on it. Got some gauze back there. And this is actually a piece of papers from the spiral of my mixed media paper pad. And here is another pocket, little tag. And then washi, coffee dyed papers. I love my coffee dyed papers. And some finger painting on this one. I love to finger paint. Oh, Here's another little collage, which is brew. So there's plenty of space here for photos or journaling. There's another one. Here I put some washi tape. And I wanted to play with this. I did like a little Polaroid mats with watercolor paper. And of course, I always, any opportunity that I get to make a pocket, I will take it. It's a piece of a tea bag. Another pocket here. Got some muslin, some orange cheesecloth. I did do a little bit of embossing with embossing powder on the edges to bring out some of the gold that's in this photo. She's really cute. Okay, then we've got this little girl. And I made a pocket here out of acetate. And I made it kind of fall related because I didn't have anything Halloween. And we've got this little boy here, a little creepy boy. Creepy boys. And then I've got a little notepad in there. I think it's better there. And then this little girl, another pocket. Got a ghost card in there. Anyway, I look at this and I want to go back and start painting some more. Okay, we've got her, some washi tape, more coffee dye paper, 2 mats here, another digital, and this one is just what? Nothing. She's just there. It's just a photo. And another mat. Here I made a pocket with the spider web, and I put some lace on it. There's another card. And here I used leftover paper to create a flip up of some secret journaling. There's another little pocket here, not pocket, another folder here. And this is a tag that I used to create. Oh, no, take that back. This was packaging that I used to make this tag, or it could be an over the page kind of thing. So I made 2 pockets here. I just kind of overlapped them there. Got another little collage down here. This was fun. This was like a happy accident. So what I did was I was using a piece of maybe deli paper or parchment paper or tracing paper, I don't remember. And I was inking all of my pages on this paper. And then I said, you know what? That's really pretty. I like the colors. So I used a, what is this, a stencil with some paste over it. And I got this effect, and then I was able to color it out. But it's like a doily. So yeah, that happy accidents. I love happy accidents. Another page here. Another mat. I did some stitching on this page. And I must have messed up because I have a piece of ribbon over here. And that's why I love junk journaling, because you can cover so much. Here's another tuck spot. Page, a little cluster here. I got, again, I overlaid my pockets. And I put these little things in there. And this is the last signature. I think this has 9 signatures in it. I've got a rusty paper clip holding onto her here. Got some bits here from a vintage spiral notebook. This one's all rusted out. I don't know if you can see that. Bring this up a little bit. We had a few pieces at the store. I just grabbed it. Oh, this is really, I forgot about this. This is a pocket I made with the lace, the spider lace. Here's another pocket here. Another tag. And she is so creepy. Oh my gosh. Another mat. And I had fun doing this one. It's I don't know what that is. I think it's Tracy paper or a doily. I'm not for sure, but it's, you can see through it. It's not vellum. I made a little ruffle with my tea bags, some sari silk, a little ticket here. And I made this page, I don't even know. I think it was a tag, and I enlarged it to make it a page. And I got my creepy witches down here. And this is the last page. My pocket, a couple of tags. Now on the back, this is fun. I stitched the pocket and I cut out these words on my silhouette. They were very, very tiny. It was a super big challenge. And then I got this little Halloween bingo card and I put her here. And that is my book. I hope you liked it. I thought, you know, it'd be cute to show this. Halloween's coming up. And like I said, I've got some extra kits that I'm curating. So if you're interested, just message me below. And as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And happy crafting.